We have never had this much advice about caring for a newborn, and we have never felt this unsure. In the next 10 minutes, you'll learn to tell 3 things apart. What is safety? What is simply one of several fine choices? And what is completely normal, even when it frightens you. A generation ago, a new parent had 3 sources of advice: the pediatrician, the midwife, their own parents. 3 voices you could hear out in a single afternoon. Today it takes a phone, and within minutes you have hundreds of guides. How long the baby should sleep, how often to feed, what temperature the room should be, wrap or arms. And on every one of those questions, dozens of people insist that their way is the only right one. There are hundreds of parenting apps, but a few dozen of them hold almost the whole market. Bit by bit, caring for a baby turned into a checklist to tick off without a single mistake. The problem isn't that we have too much information. The problem is that we can no longer tell it apart. Let's say one thing straight away. Today's parents are not less responsible, the opposite. Parents have probably never tried this hard. But all that effort took on a shape. Apps for sleep, for how long the feed lasted, for counting wet nappies, videos about baby wearing, about pacifiers, about the early signs of dehydration, and a constant sense that you have to stay alert. There is a name for this: intensive parenting. The sociologist Sharon Hayes introduced the term in the 1990s. It is the belief that a good parent must give the child maximum time, energy, and emotion, and handle every situation without a mistake. Susan Douglas, professor of communication and media studies, described with her co-author Meredith Michaels in the book The Mummy Myth how our culture keeps raising the demands on parents, and above all on mothers. Care turns into a project where every step has one correct answer and every mistake feels like failure. And here is the paradox. It is exactly these expectations that make parents stop trusting themselves. Apps promised relief. For some, the helper became another supervisor. Not your mother-in-law this time, but your phone. This isn't just a feeling. In Sweden, researchers followed 214 parents of children under 4. They asked them twice, 1 year apart. Parents who experienced information overload had lower confidence in their own parenting a year later. And parents with lower confidence then searched online more. More searching didn't bring it back. Every dot is one parent. It isn't a line on a chart, it's people. One more number from a meta-analysis of 58 studies. 8.5% of mothers have a diagnosed anxiety disorder after birth. And yet, with a newborn, the need for control is completely understandable. The baby can't yet say what it needs. The behavior changes day to day, and you are only just learning to read it. The internet will offer an answer to every cry, but not every signal has a single cause. Now the 5 most common mistakes. Myth 1. Every cry means hunger. A baby also cries for needs that aren't biological: closeness, warmth, contact with a parent. Crying is a signal that the baby needs something. It is not a diagnosis. And immediately the safeguard, because this one matters. It does not mean feed less. With a newborn in the first weeks, when in doubt, offer the breast. Contact and feeding aren't opposites. In breastfeeding, they go together. And one number that may help. At 5 to 6 weeks, 1 in 4 babies meets the criteria for colic. At 3 months, almost none. Myth 2. My milk is too weak. Breast milk naturally adapts to the baby's needs. Its composition changes through the day and within a single feed. Breastfeeding is a skill both mother and baby learn. Myth 3. Holding them too much will spoil them. A newborn is still adapting to life outside the womb. The need for closeness is entirely natural. Myth 4. A formula top-up means they'll refuse the breast. A top-up alone does not mean breastfeeding is at risk, as long as breast stimulation continues. The risk isn't the milk in the bottle, it's what follows. The baby feeds less often, the breast gets less stimulation, supply drops, so more top-ups are needed. That spiral can be broken by expressing. The far greater risk is preparing formula incorrectly. More on that in a moment. And the last one. I don't have enough milk, it's barely anything. On the first day, a newborn takes 2 to 10 milliliters per feed. On the second, 5 to 15. On the third, 15 to 30. It isn't too little, that's how much fits. Most of what we've talked about so far are choices. These are not choices. First, sleep. Always place a newborn on their back to sleep. It significantly lowers the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. In 1987, the Netherlands issued the back sleeping recommendation. In a single year, the death rate fell by 37%. Over the following decade, by more than 3/4. Today, it is 98% below its peak. The side is not a safe compromise. The risk is roughly double that of the back. When the baby is awake and you're right there, tummy time is recommended. Briefly, several times a day. But back sleeping applies through the whole first year for every sleep. Once the baby can roll both ways, you don't need to turn them back at night, but still always place them on their back. Second, formula. Follow the exact dilution on the packaging. Getting it wrong can cause dilutional hyponatremia, water intoxication. It is a life-threatening condition. Third, when not to wait. Pause this list and photograph it. It's in the description. The top group means call emergency services. The bottom group means a doctor today. And one number. In a baby under 3 months, a rectal temperature of 38 degrees Celsius or higher means immediate assessment. Once is enough. You do not wait for a second reading. And one more rule that is in no table. You know your child better than anyone. If something feels wrong, call. You don't have to be able to name it. A lot of what frightens you in the first weeks is completely normal. One day the baby is calm, the next it wants holding all the time. No pattern in it. That is the pattern. Digestion. And here the order matters. In the first weeks, too few stools is a warning sign, one of the main signs a baby isn't getting enough milk. American pediatricians say fewer than 1 stool a day in the first month may mean insufficient intake. There you don't wait. There you call. From roughly 6 weeks of age, it turns around. A breastfed baby may pass stool several times a day or not for several days. If they are thriving, feeding well, alert, with no swollen or painful tummy, that is not in itself a reason to worry. Crying follows a curve. The hardest stretch is roughly weeks 2 to 8, a zone, not a single day. And one thing every study found without exception, between weeks 6 and 12, crying decreases. That grey band is normal too, all of it. Researchers recorded 39,000 cries and tried to tell what the baby wanted. The computer got it right 36% of the time. People, 35. Chance is 33. And parents did no better than people without children. It could not be shown that the cause can be reliably identified from the cry. So if you can't tell what your baby wants, that is not your failure. Closeness, voice, and a parent's arms are a natural source of calm for a baby. The tool itself isn't the problem. The difference is what it does to you. Try it on anything on your phone. Does it take something off your mind or add to your list? When I built Raising Small, that was the only question I cared about. A notebook, not a judge. That's the whole criterion, and it applies to anything, including us. Good care isn't just a set of correctly completed tasks. The sensitive relationship between parent and child matters just as much. A newborn doesn't need you to know the answer to every question straight away. It needs closeness, voice, arms, and a sensitive response. You will learn to read your child gradually. Verified information and professionals will help, but keeping trust in your own judgment matters just as much. And if something feels off or you have doubts, it is always better to talk to your pediatrician. A baby is not a project to be completed without a single mistake. Trust verified information and trust yourself.